control of the Final Fantasy franchise, and I think they kind of hoarded out for the 10 years before FF15 came out, with a lot of really shitty sequel-y type games, ports that were outsourced to third-party developers and stuff like that. They really just kind of treated it like a very cheap Lady of the Night, you know what I mean? And I can't help but think that Enix was really trying to just, you know, money bags the whole Final Fantasy name, and they didn't really care about it. And it wasn't until FF15 that they said, okay, despite all of our really mean things that we've done to this franchise and its integrity, people still love it. We need to care about this. Let's make a game. And they made Final Fantasy 15. I think they tried very hard with FF13, Rageson. I think they put a lot of time and effort into 13, but I also think that they felt like they needed to make Final Fantasy franchise their own as well. So they stripped FF of everything that made it FF and then made FF13. And while I love FF13 and I think it's a fantastic game, it's probably the least Final Fantasy of all Final Fantasy games when you have all these like different classes and they don't actually have the names of the Final Fantasy classes, you know? Like imagine if FF13 was a little less future-y type style and more mystical with the same elements, same world, and then you had like, you know, Black Mage, Warrior, Knight, White Mage as your jobs instead, and like how much it would feel like a Final Fantasy just right there, and even have their appearance change maybe based on their job. That would be a lot of work, having unique models, but yeah. Oh, just when I thought I was gonna gain a level. Power increased by 8, speed by 7, dude! Nice. 7 hit points is good. 6 MP. Alright, I'm very happy with that level. Let's see if this asshole talks to me now. I doubt it, though. Yeah, you know, so here's the thing, though, about FF15 feeling like it's very different. See, I disagree. I think FF15 is very Final Fantasy feeling. And the reason I think that is because the concepts that make Final Fantasy are not necessarily like the combat system. Because we all know the combat system and the leveling systems and everything have always changed from Final Fantasy to Final Fantasy. Okay. I think the things that make Final Fantasy 15 are a sense of like mixing past, modern, and future in a different capacity each time, or different volume each time. I think there's a serious plot with a little bit of lightheartedness is something that's very Final Fantasy. And I think like the sort of like overall identification of things and monster types are very Final Fantasy. So you have all the traditional Final Fantasy monster types, and you have like, you know, the items that you draw from that, like behemoth horns and stuff like that, you know. You have Firaga, you have, you know, Thundaga, but then they kind of add their own little twist to it as well. And that's also very Final Fantasy, is taking something that's traditional Final Fantasy and adding your own twist. So like all the elements of Final Fantasy are there. And the one thing I really did Nomura direct FF12? No, Nomura has not directed any main Final Fantasy at all. He's only been the character artist, concept artist. But yeah, I think FF15 is extremely Final Fantasy, you know. It's modernized, you know. It's a 2016 release or 17 release or whatever. It's not a, you know, 2005. It's not a 2000. It's modern, and so of course it's gonna be very different. but I still think it feels that way. I think 10,000 XP is gonna be my next level. I don't know if I want to grind that though. I kind of feel like I want to look for that place. 66 damage. Oh yeah. I don't know, how long would it take me to level? Doing 20 XP per. But that's the thing though, dude, Gyro, is they've always had a measure of futuristic in their game. Even FF1 has like a floating space station that you go to fight robots and stuff. You know, like every Final Fantasy has had a different mix of past, present, and future. Some more than others. I think really it's very easy to make your generic high fantasy world, because look at this. You throw a bunch of trees and mountains on the map and look, you got a world map. Boom, done deal. Easy to do on limited hardware. But look at any NES game that has like a modern city, future-y type aesthetic to it. Really kind of janky most of the time, right? Because like technology is hard to like portray in a video game, you know? And honestly, 6 and 7 have a very similar tech level. You have a castle that can go under the sand. You have like walking suits of magic casting armor. You know, steel and gunpowder, airships, like that's all Final Fantasy VII. It's just a little bit more, it's a little bit more refined. You know, they had the storytelling knowledge, they had the budget to really like kind of think about how they actually wanted to portray that world in a more meaningful sense. Oh, Motomo Toriyama. Yeah. Not the other Toriyama. Yeah. Motomo Toriyama. Did it Nomura script 13? No. Actually, Nomura script, well, kind of scripted. The things that you get in 13.2 and Lightning Returns are a lot of the concepts that he wanted to bring to Final Fantasy 15 in the early stages of development when he was assigned the project. And when he was taken off very early in the project, he took those ideas and concepts and applied them to 13.2 and Lightning Returns. So, if you want your Nomura-style storytelling and concepts, look no further than two of the worst sequels ever made in terms of story. Yay. Go Nomura. Yeah, that could be hard for some people, Zinni. But I mean, they wanted you to make it feel like a drab city. They wanted you to feel that way. It was some kind of, you know, like what's that movie with shoot with Harrison Ford and the robots? Blade Runner. Thank you. Yes, it's a very kind of just, I don't know, damp and wet and messy and dirty and smoky and you know, techno trash sort of city. They wanted you to make it, they wanted you to feel that way. They wanted you to feel like you were in some kind of, you know, slum, right? And they did a really good job with the technology that they had. Cyberpunk in a way, yeah, a little bit. Not so cyberpunk. Blade Runner is not really cyberpunk per se. A little bit. What are we saving for now? Actually, we're getting XP. I want level 15. I want level 15, and I want to talk to this dude in this cave, because I think I need a level to, like, be able to talk to him. And if that's not the case, then we'll go exploring. But as far as I can tell, there's nothing left I can buy in this game that I... But if I grind here, I get a lot of XP, but I also get a lot of money. And if there is something more I could buy, well, I'll have the money for it. Hey, what's up, Insane Man? What's going on, dude? Yeah, Nomura is definitely a like second or third in command kind of thing on the FF7 remake. So it's... We'll see how it goes. Nomura likes to claim ownership of FF7 just because he did the character designs, and FF7 was the most popular of the Final Fantasy games, at least as franchises go. So he likes to claim ownership like it was his fault for its popularity, and even though all he did was the character designs, which is the weakest part of Final Fantasy VII, to be honest. Did I even sleep? Yeah, man, I slept a little bit. Like 4 hours. What's up, Finn? Thanks for the host, man. Yeah, Nomura's a great character designer. I mean, he did 8, 10, 13, 7. He did Shadow in 6, lol. Yeah, he's fine. Design-wise, designer. Nomura would be better if he was humble. You know, it's not even about lack of being humble. He is just a giant man-child. Almost everything in Kingdom Hearts 3 is like him crying about being taken off the FF15 project and trying to be like, well, don't show them. Like everything. It's not a cute little nod. It is a complete slap in the face. He's doing it because he's a giant baby man-child. How's Persona 4 treating you? Good. We enjoyed it. We had a fun time with Persona 4 last night. We'll be playing more tomorrow. Fodmaster, thanks for the host, dude. Doesn't really seem like I'm doing a whole lot more damage. Really need... Oh, that heal was like 14. 16, actually. Seems really high. Whew, 9 weeks! 9 weeks! Oh my gosh. I'm excited. I am excited for the remake. Just enough time for another fiesta? Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it, totally. Definitely got the energy levels to do that again. Totally got it. 2 months and 2 days. That's basically 9 weeks. So, yeah. Maybe I'll, you know, that would just be a siesta, Kuko, right? A sleep fiesta would be a siesta. Oh yeah, new Fallout 76 stuff. Definitely on the lookout for that. Totally. No sarcasm, Marino, from me. Totally on the lookout for Fallout stuff. Yeah. I mean, I never played Fallout 4, let alone 76. Never really was a big Fallout fan, so. Oh my god, Mazerol! Damn! He says, your personal opinion, it feels like any new Fallout content should be more appropriately released on April 1st. Freaking got him, dude. Yeah, at least the community won't know if it's an April Fool's joke that's been misplaced, you know? Oh, man. They're finally adding NPCs to the game. Wow. Ambitious. You know, from my memory, you gotta be like in the 20s to beat the final boss. Like the lowest you can be is like 18 or something like that. To even go fight him from what I remember. That's of course very long ago, and just general passive information I may have heard from like spirits running the game or something while I had them on lurk. But the levels are starting to get really long, and I wonder if the higher level monsters are gonna appropriately scale XP to make it reasonable to get that level. Guess we'll see. Because 24 XP per is barely cutting it right now. I mean, it's four battles for 100, and it's 1600. So that's like many battles. Thankfully, it's fast battles, and I don't need to heal. You know what the worst part about like Fallout and Skyrim and all that stuff is, and how buggy it is like you mentioned there, they've been using the same game engine for like 20 years, and they still can't get it right. They still can't get it right. Like, how do you utilize the same game engine for decades and still you can't make it not a buggy mess? I don't get it. You know, I'm not a big fan of grinding, but I have to say, this is a nice chill grind. It's a nice chill grind. It's good times. I'm not object to this. Although what I'm doing right now is I think I need to be a certain level in order to talk to that NPC in that dungeon there. So I'm getting to 15 really quick. I'll talk to him. If he still kicks me out, then whatever. I'll just have to search for some other place to go. There's a couple places that I haven't actually done anything with. There's south of the Broken Town. There's a bunch of the land that I haven't explored. And also there's a dungeon north of me that has a dragon in it as a forced tile. And if I can beat it, then I can go into the dungeon. And then there's also the idea that I have the Sunstone and the Rain Staff, and it says I'm supposed to make a rainbow, but I gotta do it in this dungeon is where they meet. And I don't know why it's not taking it, because I feel like I have to be a certain level. And that's why. That's why. Because I have this, like I said, I have the Sunstone, I have the Staff of Rain. Some NPC said the sun and the rain meet in the temple to the south. But when I came here, the guy was just like, nah fam. Nah fam. So here I am, leveling. Maybe it's just a power thing. The game is basically gating me, saying, hey, you're not strong enough. Come back later. The text is very, like, ambiguous. It's just like, you have failed. Leave. Okay, well, how did I fail? You know? But, yeah, again, don't tell me why. Tell me why. We got a Discord channel for that. We got a Discord channel for that. It is getting warm in my room, and I didn't have my fan on. That's much better. I have to say, I got this little USB fan. It's just a tiny little guy, tiny little USB fan. It has been the best thing for comfort I've ever had. It's just a little USB fan, sits on top of my PC and blows right at my like core area. It just keeps me cool. Just keeps me cool. It's quiet. It's nice. Yeah, core area, aka the NADs. Yes, that's right. But I mean, if your core is cool, then the rest of you will be cool. A lot of people have fans and they blow their face, and it's just like not really gonna help. It'll feel good at first, but if you keep your core cool, you keep the rest of your body cool. Well, I'm actually getting the 1 MP. Wait, but why? I haven't even cast a spell. Huh? I've hardly cast the heal spell this whole time. Only about 1,000 more. We've gotten about 2, so... Unless there's something that does MP damage, I don't know. Chill out. Yeah, thanks, Drek. Thanks, man. You know, I played the beta for ESO, and I thought it was an okay game, but overall, kind of meh. But ZeniMax is the parent company that Bethesda falls under, so Bethesda is basically owned by ZeniMax, so it's not even... That's kind of funny. I didn't know that. Oh, get crit for 46. Yeah, it's a one-shot, I guess. Just disappointingly low damage. You guys got some deep knowledge on this stuff. I just like playing video games. Todd Howard's only happy when he gets a new leather jacket. I don't know any Todd Howard memes, sorry. You used to work for a wiki type site? Oh, okay. Well, if it was your job to gain this kind of knowledge, then that makes sense. My jobs in the past include washing dishes. What? Watching dishes. And making sandwiches. And cleaning dishes, again. So, I don't really have much history. With interesting jobs that gave me a unique perspective on life. Or knowledge, you know, knowledge. Okay, that is true, Vazerol. That is true. My sandwiches, I know what makes a sandwich good. And if you give me the stuff, I will make you a damn good sandwich. If I were to give one dish the BGG special, what would it be? I mean, I really like my spaghetti. And I think it's the thing that I know the best. And obviously spaghetti can be very easy, but if you know what you're doing, you can make it even better, you know? How you season it, how you do the sauce, what kind of meats you use, that kind of stuff, you know? It's just the word sauce lends itself to doing that. Don't feel offended. I did that well before I met you. She's from New York. Born and raised. Oh no, Finn. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Finn. You may have released the dragon. There you go. Anubis Ash is not going to get murdered by RPG Chick. Sorry, Finn. It was nice knowing you. She doesn't like beef very much, and I use a mix of beef and pork sausage. So no, not yet.